A few days ago, we revealed that Nissan was studying the possibility of the market introduction of the Note ePower hatchback. Now, a set of spy pics have surfaced confirming the car has already landed in India. Nissan recently revealed that the company feels that this electrically driven hatchback, which is charged by a small 1,198cc petrol engine, range extender, rather than a fixed charging socket, will be better suited for the Indian buyer. The ePower technology will be very convenient for the Indian customer. We have a request from our team in India to study the ePower technology for the country, Danielle Schillaci, Executive Vice President, Global Marketing and Sales, Nissan Motor Company said addressing the media at the company's headquarters in Yokohama. The Note ePower is Nissan's first range-extended vehicle. It can run on petrol like a normal petrol-powered or hybrid car, without having to charge the battery from a charging station, thus making it suitable for countries like India where the electric vehicle charging network is weak. There is no need to rush to your local dealer for a new Nissan Leaf. For a start, the Leaf 2.0 electric car is still more than a year away. It's also unlikely to be any cheaper than the $51,000-ish of the outgoing Leaf, even if the last of those cars were offered to fleet buyers at about $32,000. On the road, Nissan promises the new Leaf will double its plug-in battery range, from 200 km to 400 km. Further, it looks sharper in the bodywork and its new technological wizardry includes regenerative braking, a rear vision camera and what Nissan calls e-pedal. The driver relies only on the accelerator for all but the most dramatic stopping. A short preview drive in Tokyo with Leaf 2.0 shows that Nissan has done some worthwhile updating, but it's still not a breakthrough car. Yes, the platform itself is carryover from the original Leaf, so we can use the same battery size, says Chief Vehicle Engineer Hiroki Asobe. He says rearranging the fundamental physics inside the battery, including the lithium cells, doubles the energy density. The car will accelerate to 100 km per hour in 8.0 seconds. For peace of mind, he says the Leaf's battery warranty is 8 years and 160,000 kilometers. Acceleration and cornering is already at a good level, compared with a combustion engine. To enhance the EV experience, we also introduced the e-pedal, which allows the driver to use just the accelerator for most driving. It has very smooth deceleration and can hold the car on a hill. The latest Leaf still takes 8 hours to charge at home, but Nissan is close to a commercial inductive setup, where the owner parks over a magnetic coil in the garage floor that's like a giant electric toothbrush charger. There is no news yet on the cost. Instead of wheel-mounted generators to charge the battery and provide regenerative braking, the new Leaf taps the conventional hydraulic braking circuit to generate charge and provide a more normal braking feel. Each Leaf, he says, has a cast aluminium case for the electrical inverter that's made in Australia, complete with a kangaroo stamp. In Japan, a land of nuclear power and endless traffic congestion, an electric car like the Nissan Leaf makes lots of sense. Our very short preview drive in and around Tokyo includes light freeway traffic where I can get the car briefly up to 100 km per hour. It is as quiet and smooth as the original Leaf, with real punch from traffic lights, although the ride seems more jerky than before. The car stands out in traffic, but I'm disappointed that the Stormtrooper-style white plastic panels have been dropped from the cabin and it's now filled with cheap, hard black plastic. Rear vision comes from a camera feeding a monitor in the shape and position of a regular central mirror. The camera gives a great view, but the display is disconcerting. Asobe says this can be fixed. I'm a great fan of the e-pedal and only once do I use my left foot on the brake to come to a halt at a traffic light. The test car is fitted with ProPilot, which Nissan claims is a first step towards autonomous driving. In fact, its radar cruise control with lane keep assistance. The operation is coarse and jerky compared with that of other makes. There is no spare in the car, which helps with luggage capacity, though Nissan is planning a space saver for Australia. There are inevitable questions about the claimed range of 400 kilometers between charges, but the biggest question for Australia is the price. Nissan Australia could have a winner if it gets a deal that works for more than a handful of early adopters and full-on greenies. It has a 12-month window to negotiate with head office. Subaru has unveiled the WRX STI S208 Special Edition that is tuned to make more power and improve responses over the standard model. Limited to 450 units for the Japanese market only, the new model's 2.0-liter flat-4 engine has been tweaked to produce 329 horsepower, an increase of 28 horsepower over the normal car. In order to sharpen the car's focus, the STI's equipment including a faster steering rack, adjustable Bilstein damping and active torque vectoring for the rear wheels comes as standard. New 19-inch alloy wheels, a carbon rear spoiler and bespoke front splitter also feature on the S208 Special Edition, along with two exterior color options, World Rally Blue Pearl and Crystal Wild Pearl. A cool grey khaki finish is also offered, but only with the NBR Challenge package, which is inspired by the Nürburgring and adds a carbon roof. The cabin sports STI Recaro sports seats and bespoke instrument screens that are meant to underline the car's performance focus. The WRX STI S208 Special Edition is on display alongside the BRZ STI Sport and Visiv concept at the ongoing Tokyo Motor Show. Subaru Corporation unveiled the VIZIV Performance concept at the Tokyo Motor Show 2017, and most think it's a forerunner of the next generation 2020 WRX and WRX STI design. Of course it won't look exactly like the concept car revealed last week, remember the WRX concept? But it could give an indication of the size of the new 2020 WRX STI performance model. Subaru released dimensions on the VIZIV performance concept. The new Gen WRX STI set to launch in late 2019. If it stays with the show car's dimensions, will be significantly larger than the current performance sedan. The performance concept is 4630mm long, 1950mm wide and 1430mm high. That's around 70mm longer than the current WRX STI, with the wheelbase accounting for most of the gain. Despite the VIZIV being a sedan, no more than 10mm of the added length is behind the rear axle. At 2730mm, the VIZIV's wheelbase is 60mm longer than the current WRX STI's. If we look at the new generation 2017 Impreza's wheelbase, it grew by an inch to 105.1 inches. Both sedan and 5-door hatchback models are 1.6 inches longer, 1.5 inches wider and 0.4 inch lower than the outgoing 2016 Impreza. Look for the WRX and WRX STI to have a slightly longer, wider and a possibly lower stance too. Subaru uncovered the VIZIV with 20-inch wheels, with 245/14 R20 rubber, but the production WRX STI is likely to be fitted with 19-inch wheels as standard. Subaru engineers and Subaru Technica International will build the new WRX STI on the same Subaru Global Platform (SGP) architecture that underpins the Impreza and 2018 Crosstrek. It's a modular platform the Japanese automaker can adapt to easily accommodate the longer wheelbase of the performance sedans. The new SGP will make the body and chassis 70% more rigid, which will translate to improved steering response, and the increased rigidity of the suspension mounting will reduce body roll by 50% compared to current models like we see in the new Impreza. The next-gen WRX STI will also have a lower center of gravity, improving driving dynamics in the corners, producing a more dynamic ride. Subaru says the new global platform underpinning the 2017 Impreza improves crash energy absorption by 40% over present models. Expect the same in the 2020 Subaru WRX STI. The next-generation 2020 Subaru WRX STI will get significant improvements over the current generation performance model. It will likely grow slightly bigger, get an improved ride and driving dynamics and increased safety.